Let's talk Tanya for the 30th of Cheshvan of a leap year. In the last days, we're talking about davening and learning without kavana. And we spoke about how when a person davens without kavana, so the davening does not go up to the higher worlds, it is blocked by the foreign thoughts that the person is thinking while davening. On the other hand, when a person learns Torah without kavana, even though you don't have the proper intention when you're learning the Torah, but also there's nothing blocking it from going up because your mind is not occupied with anything extraneous. Your mind is occupied with the study of the Torah. And also, as we mentioned, there's the Ava Mesoteres, there's that hidden love which you have, which ultimately motivates that study of the Torah. The Alter Rebbe says there's an interesting parallel to that, or so to say, even a proof to what we're saying over here. And that is that the Talmud tells us that the world is sustained by Hevel Tinoikos Shel Beis Rabban, by the breath of the children who are studying Torah. Children under the age of bar and bas mitzvah. And the reason why the Talmud tells us is because it's hevel she'ein beichet. It is breath that is not sullied by sin, because children can't have, by definition, any sins because they're not considered responsible for their actions. Now think about it for a second. When a child is studying Torah, do they have the proper lishma? Are they doing it because they love Hashem? Are they motivated by their awe for Hashem? No. Their primary motivation is the teacher who was standing in front of the classroom was going to discipline them if they don't study properly. And nevertheless, we say, this Torah is very valuable to the extent that the whole world is sustained because of the Torah. Certainly, this Torah goes up to the higher worlds. And why is that? Because ein beichet, there is no sin there, there's nothing blocking it. So we see that as long as there's nothing blocking it, the Torah can go up. And the same is true also about any time a person studies Torah without kavana, even though there isn't that proper kavana, there's nothing blocking it from going up. On this chapter, there's an interesting idea which was said by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. And he says, usually when we talk about children as having hevel she'ein beichet, that it is a breath, when the Torah is studied and the breath that's exhaled, there is no sin over there. So we're saying the reason why the Torah is so valuable is because the child has no chet, the child has no sin. But there's also another idea over here. It's not only the child has no sin, the hevel, that breath has no sin, meaning that the breath, the Torah study is perfect. Because there's something about the way a child learns Torah. When a child learns Torah with an absolute, what we call pshitos and tmimos, a simplicity, a belief, a trust, they accept everything as being God's wisdom, and that's what makes it so special to the point that all the worlds are sustained because of that Torah study. And this is something that doesn't have to be relegated only to our childhood years. We can all develop that emunah. We're studying Torah to have that emunah, that simplicity, that acceptance. And when we do that, then our Torah also becomes a hevel she'ein beichet, a breath that is not sullied by any sin, and also has an equal impact. With this, we finish this chapter. Tomorrow we start another chapter, a lengthy chapter, which talks all about the difference between the impact of Torah, studying Torah, davening, and doing action mitzvahs.